Hello everybody, this is Rabbi Josh Maslow. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Lag BaOmer. One of my personal favorite things, out of all the things we do on Lag BaOmer, is the ability to actually get a haircut. After so much time going by without being able to cut my hair, it's finally a relief to be able to cut it. And therefore I figured that I'd speak a little bit about the halachos of when it's actually permissible to get a haircut around the time of Lag BaOmer. It all starts with the Shulchan Aruch telling us that during these days of Sfira, we have a minhag, a custom, not to get a haircut, as it's a period of mourning, where the students of Rabbi Akiva all died. And therefore, since it's a period of mourning, we don't get haircuts. However, he says, since the students stopped dying on the 33rd of the Omer, on Lag BaOmer, therefore we're allowed to get a haircut on the 33rd. But he says we can't really get a haircut on the 33rd, we actually have to wait till the morning of the 34th day of the Omer. The Shulchan Aruch says that there's one exception. If the 33rd day of the Omer were to fall on an Erev Shabbos on a Friday, even though normally we'd have to push off getting a haircut till afterwards, since it wouldn't be respectful to Shabbos to go through Shabbos looking disheveled and only to get a haircut after Shabbos, therefore in such a situation it would be permissible to get a haircut on the 33rd day, but in general the Shulchan Aruch says we actually have to wait till the day of the 34th. The Ramah on the spot says that this is not our custom, referring to the custom of the Ashkenazim, and he says that already on the day of the 33rd, we're allowed to go ahead and to get a haircut. The Mishnah Berurah explains that the Shulchan Aruch, although he says that the students stopped dying on the 33rd, he understands that really some of them still died on the 34th, and therefore we have to wait till the 34th to go ahead and get a haircut. The Ramah, on the other hand, understands that all of the students stopped dying on the day of the 33rd, and therefore by the 33rd day already we could get a haircut, we could start one day earlier than the opinion of the Shulchan Aruch. I'd like to focus a little bit more on the opinion of the Ramah. The Ramah, as we noted, said we could already get a haircut on the day of the 33rd. However, the Mishnah Berurah quotes from the Eliyah Rabbah that it's permissible to start getting a haircut even by the night of the 33rd, that you do not have to go ahead and wait till the day. Rav Soloveitchik explains that this argument, whether you could start getting a haircut on the night of the 33rd or have to wait till the day of the 33rd, really depends on the nature of why it's permissible for us to get a haircut on Lag BaOmer. He says, if you understand that you have to wait till the morning of the 33rd, then you understand that the nature of the permissibility is because of Mixas Hayom Kekulo. Mixas Hayom Kekulo means that there are certain areas of halacha where if we keep part of the day, it's as if we've kept the entire day. This is most easily seen by the concept of Shiva, of mourning, where a person who's in mourning needs to sit for 7 days. However, on the last day, even though the person should be sitting for the entire day, we say that if the person sits for part of the day, then it counts as if the person sat for the entire day, and therefore you're allowed to get up from the very morning of the 7th day during Shiva, because Mixas Hayom, by keeping part of the day, counts as if you've kept the entire day. The same would be true here, says Rav Soloveitchik, that if you understand that the 33rd is really a day of mourning, so we have a notion that as long as you keep part of the 33rd day, it counts as if you kept the entire day. And therefore, once the morning comes and you've kept part of the day of mourning, therefore you can now go ahead and begin to cut your hair, because we count it as if you kept the entire day. However, says Rav Soloveitchik, the opinion of the Eliyah Rabbah, who says that you're allowed to get a haircut on the night of the 33rd, he understands that the nature of the permissibility of getting a haircut on Lag BaOmer has nothing to do with mourning, rather it's the opposite. It's the fact that it's a simcha, it's a day of Yom Tov. We've accepted upon ourselves as some sort of a holiday. And since we accepted upon ourselves as some sort of a holiday, so the celebration already begins at the beginning of the day, which in the Jewish calendar begins by night. And therefore, Rav Soloveitchik explains that the Ramah understands it's all coming from Mixas Hayom Kekulo. You have to keep part of the morning in order to be able to get a haircut, as opposed to the Eliyah Rabbah, who understands that no, this is a joyous day, it's a Yom Tov, it's a Simcha, and therefore we can already go ahead and start getting a haircut at night, as the celebration already begins by night. I hope everyone has a wonderful Lag BaOmer and enjoys the celebration, and has a wonderful day.